Welcome everybody to In the Buff. I'm your host, Chris. We've got Kyle here today.
The disdain in his face when he said that.
Kyle the disdain.
Cody, John, and Scott are here too.
Oh, yeah.
That's me.
Hello. How overplayed is that bit?
What bit?
The bit of us trying to get room noise and everybody just interrupting us.
Most of it gets cut.
It's only overplayed as soon as we start forcing it. I'm genuine every moment of the day. Here we are. Hey, so, no comments, huh?
I told you to get all of your burps and farts and coughs out before we started the podcast, Chris.
I was wondering what that third word was.
I thought he said
I did.
I thought he did too.
Coughs fall under the generalized category of
I got you. You're going to be doing it a lot, especially in COVID times. COVID times is going to make you cough while you
got that white lung syndrome coming in.
Whoa!
Is that where you swallow the semen?
If you're swallowing semen, it's going into your lungs. That's a problem.
You think white lungs got it bad?
That is
Black
actually
lung.
That actually is a pretty problem with gay sex workers.
Really?
Yeah.
Inhaling semen?
Yes.
I wonder if it can make you high.
No.
I bet somebody hasn't tried. If you
Chris?
give it a good go.
Don't look at... it doesn't work.
I wonder if, surely, they say if you eat a lot of pineapple, it'll make your semen taste better. If you, do a shitload of drugs.
Could somebody get high off of the secondhand cum?
Yeah.
Bro, she just takes the load in her mouth and all of a sudden she's just gone. She's just...
Prude.
We're an inclusive.
Yeah.
We have 5 men
said-
here in this podcast.
I said, where do you want it? She said, I want to go to Mars.
Damn.
Wow.
DMT.
And I bet you could, honestly, if you shoot inside, it's probably going to have a similar effect, if that works in the first place, I imagine.
In the ass, yeah.
Sure,
It's
but
like alcohol.
putting a bunch of THC up in
You
your...
said that so confidently, as if it was true.
It is!
If you rub a bunch of, THC jelly up in your snatch, it's going to do something. I know. It's going to do something. Probably kill you.
But you're going to have the best or worst fucking time of your life.
I don't know.
God damn.
I've never used any kind of THC thing.
We can't use any of what we recorded.
Do we drop 80
It's
cough
recreational in Ohio now.
It is in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
There you
Mm-hmm.
go.
But it's-
Podcast idea?
Dude. Coming from Scott? No way.
In all seriousness, I don't know how that affects my job.
Really? Like people... gonna be
Because we
smoking
drug
up?
test marijuana.
Yeah.
So, now when it becomes legal, I don't know what the deals are.
It's still federally illegal, so they'd still test for it.
Plus, you manage forklift operators that shouldn't be using heavy machinery on heavy drugs.
But it's going to be in your piss if you took it the night before.
It's in there, or it's in there for up to 30 days.
Yeah.
Depending on how much of a user you are.
That is true.
Yeah,
Granted, the people who are getting hit for it at work are going out and smoking in their cars.
Wow.
You can tell when they come back.
Hey,
Trump's America.
good for them, though.
Not for everyone else in the warehouse.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, what
Not
are you
for-
talking about,
Not
Chris?
for John's poor earbud. Remember that story he told?
Oh, yeah! The earbud story, right.
Oh, am I supposed to say it now?
Yes.
Where you found bud in someone's ear?
It is actually... Man, you're great, Chris. That's solid. There was So I was sitting at the desk where forklifts could come up and just park, and I can give them a task or whatever. And there was a time where I had 2 earbuds in, and I took one out, thought I put it in my hoodie pocket, but I actually put it in an over pocket, and I was taking some cases, picking them up, putting them down, and I sat down, I'm like, where the fuck is my earbud? Can't find it anywhere. And I look over and I see this little black dot about 30 feet away from me, and a forklift coming my way, and I just see him drive over it, and I just hear in my other ear, disconnected.
Now, if he hadn't been high, he'd have 2 earbuds.
Yeah, I would have been great. That would have been great.
If John hadn't been high, or the forklift
I'm
operator.
unsure of what the message is that I'm trying to give. But here we are in a post weed is legal in 2 weeks world.
Hooray.
So
That'll be about the time this episode comes out.
I
There
can
you go.
get high, get pregnant, and an abortion all in the same day.
You're a guy.
That
Yeah.
doesn't preclude anything.
Yeah.
Wait, can
14th Amendment says that you can't
Guys
discriminate.
can get Cody, help me out here.
men get pregnant in 2023?
Are you not progressive enough?
In Biden's
I have
America,
progressive
maybe.
insurance.
You saying that just reminded me. Recently, I got a PS5 and I was playing
Oh, did
Spider-Man
you?
2. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I was playing Spider-Man 2.
I also did.
And I have 2 complaints about the game in general.
What, you want a fucking cookie?
In
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for something. I knew it was coming.
One of them isn't even a complaint, and that's what I'm going to say here. It's like a liberal paradise in New York.
Yeah.
In what
Every
game?
single person who is a good guy is very highly educated and very progressive and very open-minded about your sexuality and what you're capable of doing despite your disabilities, that kind of thing. And everyone, there's like goddamn progressive technology every fucking corner of the world. And like, him and Harry are working at this Emily May Foundation, and they're making like insane futuristic robot bees that just do everything and save the whole fucking world. And it's just like part of me sees that, and it's like they're trying to tell me, oh yeah, liberals would rule the world, and it would be amazing if they did. And you know, I'm not going to say I disagree. I would certainly prefer that to the alternative, I guess. But there's a happy medium, and the game isn't giving me this messaging, I hope, on purpose. But that's something that I'm like, man, everybody's super fucking liberal in this city.
In New York City.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
Wow. Except for all the people he beat the shit out of. And J. Jonah Jameson. And that's interesting, too, is why is J. Jonah Jameson so popular in New York City? He's the least liberal person in the whole game. He's quite not liberal. He's like, we should just kill these scorpion and whatever the shit.
I love how all the problems are being resolved by fucking robot bees.
Yeah, well, like, the robot bees shoot all the other things that are attacking bees, and then the robot bees will cross-pollinate when the bees can't do it, and they can genetically engineer 2 plants to make it fucking awesome.
So we're at the behest.
Liberals.
We're at the behest of a swarm of robo bees.
I would control the shit out of one of those robo bees if I could fly around and shoot like wasps.
Dude, that little FPS where you're shooting digital wasps.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I do that all day in real life. Oh my god, John reset. Oh.
Wait. Drone is a classification of bee.
Interesting.
Do you think there's a connection there?
I think there is a connection there.
It's just like how there's birds aren't real.
I've heard that.
Kyle, I will choke you to death.
Show me one real bird.
When was the last time you saw a bird?
Today.
No,
Was
you
it
didn't.
real?
I went on a nature walk,
No, you didn't.
and there were...
It's a government plan.
Prove it.
There was a hawk attacking gulls, and I was almost attacked by a goose.
What
Where
color?
were gulls this far inland? Chris?
They are freshwater river gulls that are native to Ohio,
Are we-
and they were on the Miami.
Why are we entertaining this?
I don't know.
This
Do you say girls or goals?
Gulls.
There,
No, I'm not
I have seen seagulls in the parking
They're
lot.
not
But they're
seagulls,
fresh
though.
water!
They're not seagulls, then.
That's fair.
No, you have.
I prefer dirty water gulls.
That means they're Arctic terns.
Also, there's some sort of bacteria that eats plastic in the ocean. It's so great. What a great world we live in. Thanks, Spider-Man.
We have that now. In real life.
What?
Bacteria that eats plastic.
Yeah.
It's not working.
What does it do
It's
when
not
it gets
as
full?
quick. It's still evolving.
It dies and then splits in half.
I got about 6 more stupid ass chips.
John's a bit tired. He only slept for 2 hours.
Why'd you do
That's
that?
Yeah.
Dude, I stressed out so much over this session.
Aw, you want to talk about that?
No.
I also got very little
should.
sleep last night.
Why'd you do that?
I was up
Getting
late.
gaped.
I was watching A movie.
I had a pretty good LSD trip.
I also didn't
In
get
my
a lot
butt.
of sleep today.
Yeah.
Well,
My cat lost all sense of decency.
Mm.
did it poop on you?
No.
Then it has some decency.
Wait, you gonna elaborate or just continue nodding?
She has managed to be able to get up on top of the bookshelf,
Oh.
which is about a
Yeah.
5-foot jump.
Persephone figured out that she could.
Was that
There's
the
a-
second one you kidnapped?
Yes. That there was a little nook in between the corner cabinet and the side cabinet that's behind the microwave. So she got behind the microwave and up there, and so she was able to be on top of the cabinets.
I still think about that moment in this podcast
It's not what
where
Gorgo does.
fucking like in the background we just hear a big crash from your side, Chris, and you're like, that fucking cat.
I just re-listened to that podcast
Yeah.
recently, actually.
I still think about that sometimes. You know what I didn't think about? That during 11 hours of binge watching 9/11 footage.
Which episode was that?
That's not important. We're on to something else. Go ahead. What was that?
For some reason, I just had it. I just thought, you know what? It's a Saturday. No, it's a Friday afternoon. I'm gonna just feel bad all day. And I watched a shitload of 9/11 footage, and I really don't know why I did it. And this is a genuine plug for a documentary that really should be seen by more people, I feel, on YouTube, called 9/11 in Real Time. Fuck, I wish I could remember the channel. It only has like 70,000 views. And it's so good. It's a 3.5 hour long documentary that is presented as if I'm watching TV when 9/11 happens.
Live.
Oh, wow.
And, like, fucking, what was his name? Al Roker? He was so fat.
How fucking rogue.
He looks like a cancer patient now.
Oh.
Oh, that's a shame. He probably is.
But, just, like they were talking about Michael Jordan coming back to the NBA, and then 9/11 happened. And it's just so fucked. No, it's only like 70,000 views. And there's a recreation of the flight plan for all of the planes, and it's just so good. And I learned so much listening to it that I just honestly didn't know. This isn't the first time I've gone on a 9/11 bench. And I didn't know when a lot of the stuff, like, the latest found footage of, there's only 2 different sources of the first plane hitting the North Tower. And just the fact that you see it at all is such a fucking, like, the odds of that. One of them was just some guy, just going through a tunnel into Manhattan, and he's just, like, filming, like a tourism thing type of deal, and he just zooms in on the Twin Towers, and he just sits there for a while. And if I were conspiracy-minded, I promise I'm not. I'm not saying just, that's the kind of thing these conspiracy people would latch onto and be like, look how fucking fake this is. Look how fucking fake that this random guy just happens to be zooming in on the Twin Towers just before the plane hits. But no, I disagree. The Twin Towers were like a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
They were the New York skyline.
Also, there's like 6 million people in
Yeah.
New York City. One of them has a camera that's looking at them at that time.
Well, what's really crazy is the other source was literally a camera crew filming a documentary about firefighters.
Really?
Moments before 9/11 starts. And it's just fucked. It's so interesting to see how little anyone knew anything. Like, the newscasters were like, we're hearing reports that it was an explosion, we don't know what's happening. Then, of course, the second plane comes, and they're like, okay, this is terrorism, it's going down. And it's just really harrowing to see that second plane, because the first plane, it hit the North Tower real good. That second plane was tearing fucking ass into that tower, and just got it dead on in, like, the perfect spot. And that's why it fell first. The South Tower fell first. And, guys, it's not controlled demolitions. People talk about how when it's going down, I went down that conspiracy theory hole as well, with this fucking binge I went on. As it's coming down, they say, oh, you can see the plumes of smoke of the explosions on the lower parts of the building. dude, it's air expelling out of the bottom part of the building because the top part of the building is fucking collapsing in on
Just
the bottom
pushing it
part.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like a monster is coming at you on the ground. When
Dude,
that
it was
smoke wall or
that's
that
so
debris wall.
overwhelming.
And just I see this guy, and I'm like, watching this documentary was like, dude, just go, just fucking turn around, and he's like looking at it, and then he has like the, oh shit, I need to run.
It's like watching the pyroclastic flow of a volcano. It's like you couldn't escape it even if you tried. Even if you tried to run, it's still gonna hit you. It's going at like,
it's like that
70 miles an hour. You can't run.
That dude's in like this field and there's a snowy mountain and then an avalanche starts and it's like that looks so far away and then it gets to him and you're like, what the fuck?
Why didn't you just leave? And like there's this one I think he was a doctor and he had a camera with him and North Tower was collapsing. And he's like, oh my god, I'm about to die. And he takes cover behind this car, somehow miraculously lives. And as soon as the North Tower goes down, there's like this eerie silence filled with all these chirps. And the chirps, it's so haunting. The chirps are alarms that firefighters have when they haven't moved in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's just, it's just constantly. And you're like, that's just, yeah, look at him.
It's like
It's
so
so
many.
rough. It is so rough. I don't know why I did this to myself.
I went through that period 2 years ago
Yeah.
because for the first 20 years, I'm like, I don't need to see any of that. But it was the 20th anniversary 2 years ago, and I'm like, you know what? I owe it to all the people that had to live through that to, like, see it. Even if it's just in video format.
Mhm.
Not that it's not like a stolen valor kind of thing, but it's just like, I should know in a small part
Absolutely.
what it was like. And, yeah, not cool. Not great. Rough day.
Yeah. Pretty bad day. One of the worst days, I think we can all say. That United 93 crash, really doesn't look like a plane crash. Like, if you see, the picture of the place the plane crashed, there's just no plane.
The one that hit the Pentagon?
No. The United 93 is the one that was
the one
That was the
they
one that
fought
was
back?
shot down.
No, it was either shot down. It probably several things happened. Could have been shot down. No matter what, I believe that the passengers overthrew the attackers.
That is the part that I like when I do think back to 9/11. I tend to dwell more on that, because I was like, I think that's the only like small glimmer of saving grace. Like, hey, somebody took a stand and was almost fully able to do something.
And I
about
think
it.
I speak for everybody that even if motherfucking evil masturbator Dick Cheney were to have ordered the murder of American civilians by blowing up that plane, what are you going to do?
I mean,
Like-
they were gonna die anyway.
It's either that or they crash into another fucking building. I
Right.
think that's just, I'm okay with it.
That there is one thing that I've come to the realization of. After 9/11, another 9/11 could never happen again.
Yeah.
There is no circumstance where it will ever
I
happen.
hope so.
And here's why. Up until 9/11, 2001, everyone's plan when a plane got hijacked was give them what they wanted so that we don't get
D.B.
people...
Cooper.
Right, so that people don't die. The instant that plane hit the building, that plan was gone.
Yep.
Nobody will ever allow someone into the cockpit from that point on.
And that's
Period.
another reason the conspiracy theory
The
bots.
pilot... Yeah, the pilot will put the plane in the ground before they get through.
Another reason conspiracy theory thoughts brought up is just the fucking audacity of it. That's a building. I don't care what runs into it. It's a building. It doesn't just fall down. But the thing is, sometimes a plane that weighs 40 tons crashes at 700 miles an hour into a building and it falls down. That's as simple as that. Sometimes that just happens. And there's a logical fallacy for some people, I guess, where they're like, but that doesn't just happen though, right?
It took a while, didn't it?
It took a while, especially for the North building, because it just wasn't as good of a hit. But it was such a fucking good hit on that South Tower, and it was really rough to see, because it's just tearing ass. And people are like, oh, you could see that it's CG because the plane clips through. Motherfucker, are you a fucking idiot? that it clips through. It's an explosion of the fucking plane. And imagine how those people on in the plane and in the building when it fucking hits. And that call, I wish I knew was that poor man's name. That call when he's like on the 105th floor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, it's so hot up here. The stairs are blocked. We can't do anything. There's 3 of us in here. We're gonna, they coming? They gotta be soon. And then the 911 operator's just like, I mean, just stay calm. And we literally hear him die when the floor falls out beneath him and the South Tower collapses.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked up. I hated it. And I'm glad I listened to it, though. Great. Thanks, Scott.
I remember you linking me a video and me watching it, and it's video of, I think it's the North Tower, of people choosing not the room on fire, but jumping out the window.
There's pictures of that, yeah.
There's so much just raw footage of it too. Like I didn't realize how much raw footage of exactly that there was, because I knew obviously everybody's seen the jumping man photo, or the falling man, I should say. And I really disagree when people say that like it was in bad taste to take the picture or to distribute it. I think it's really important to distribute that picture because that says so much. That one image of that man choosing that. And it's fucked up.
Well, we're gonna have to put in an advisory warning on this one when we rate it for advertiser friendliness.
For sure. But when the thing I was saying about United 93,
we're not done yet.
In regard to conspiracy thought, like, just I see what's on the picture my eyes see a picture. And it's just hard to say other than, I guess that just happens when planes crash. Because there's just fucking nothing there.
That is actually true, though. If you've ever seen other plane crashes, when they hit the ground hard, there's not much left.
And as far as going, like the shooting down theory, it could, again, conspiracy thought. But we have the flight plan. We see a simulated flight plan of United 93. Doesn't look like it got shut down to me. Like, we can see it going like this, like, this is when the passengers are taking over, wobble, 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 and then it does that. And
that's pretty consistent with some kind of mechanical
If
failure.
it were getting shot down, it would have broken apart in air, is what I'm saying.
Not necessarily. Something that large.
But based on the whole, that's what conspiracy theories are like, oh, it was shot down. That's why there's nothing. Or it was a missile and there was never anybody on 993. Then why did we shoot a missile into a fucking field? Regardless, I don't know what the idea of the conspiracy infuriates me, because what was the plan in your head if it was a conspiracy?
Who does it serve?
Obviously, plenty of people fucking benefited. Literally, Dick Cheney benefited so much.
There's that.
We are living in the world we are living in today because of 9/11. And great. I don't think that's like to say that it reminds me of the shit that people say in regard to UFO people who see UFOs, where they're like, oh, it must be true because they never benefited from their story, as if them not benefiting from their story means that they're telling the truth. Oh, their life is ruined, so they must be telling the truth. Like, go fuck yourself. I don't believe, first off, that their life is ruined, and secondly, just because their life is ruined, are you telling me that if they had made a lot of money, you wouldn't be saying the same shit? You would be saying, if they made a lot of money from their book, like fucking Whitley Strieber, I'm not saying, oh, he made money from his book, so there's no way he was abducted. I'm saying there's no way he's abducted because aliens don't exist. It's simple as that. And it reminds me of that thought process where no matter what, they see the picture and it goes either this direction or this direction, and to fit their narrative.
They're coming into it with the conclusion already, trying to find any kind of supporting evidence.
That's mainly...
And sometimes the lack of evidence is somehow evidence, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
And seeing all this genuine tragedy in this footage, and with the undertone of literally people believe this was a hologram or some shit, and none of it happened, makes me so fucking angry at these stupid pieces of shit who just believe that. Similar to the fucking all the hot topics today.
My mom told me it was the devil.
What's his name?
Satan?
No.
Lucifer? Mephistopheles?
No.
Beelzebub?
Back in World War
Oh.
II. The Holocaust.
Oh.
People say the Holocaust didn't happen. Like, you're fucking stupid. It's either genuinely you cannot fathom something so awful occurring, which, more power to you.
That's
in
why.
that line of
That's
thinking.
why when Patton showed up at the concentration camps, he went in person and he made sure it was filmed.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm here in person and I barely believe it. We have to have as much evidence as possible to ensure, because people at home are gonna call us liars.
What a
having
podcast
seen
episode,
I don't know. The shadows on those smokestacks.
huh?
Oh my god.
They weren't long enough.
I did really enjoy. It was fun to see. I say fun. It was interesting to see, like,
Morbidly fascinating.
I can recreate what it would look like if the plane were to hit the building, so it must be fake. And I'm just like, bro,
That's how physics
I
works.
watched Thanos get snapped, dude, and it looked real to me. Like, what are we talking about? I saw Avatar. Did you see the texture on those blue babies?
How about some comments?
Yeah, we got a pretty hefty corner.
Were there a lot of
Let's go ahead and
comments
get
on
there.
that
That's
9/11
enough
video?
rifting.
I don't remember. Great.
Oh,
this is great.
Yeah. I wanted to bring something up because I recently just watched a previous episode, and I was talking out of my ass as usual, and I called myself out on it
Oh, okay.
in the comment.
This shows character growth, Cody.
You know what?
He normally would have just edited it out.
I think I edited that video.
You might have.
That's why it was still there.
No. I have plenty of humility. And I'm probably the most humble person.
He is the most humble.
Certainly of the five of us.
I'm the least competitive person here.
We were talking about Dragon Ball Z,
Oh.
and we were talking about how risky of a move it was for Toriyama to kill Yamcha off so early in the Saiyan saga. I bring that up. I say, like, what an odd move. Like, Yamcha was such an important character in Dragon Ball, and then they kill him off so early. Completely oblivious to the fact that Goku, the main character of the whole story, gets murked in episode 5 of Dragon Ball Z.
Before Yamcha.
Before Yamcha.
Incredible.
Like, the whole point Yamcha died is because Goku's already dead.
One of the reasons it's one of those things where they just clearly didn't know, Akira Toriyama didn't know, maybe the manga's different, didn't know which direction it was going. Krillin dies in Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know about the fucking afterlife. He didn't tell him about the fucking Snake Road. Or any of that shit.
Well, the only reason he was on Snake Road is because King Kai gave him an opportunity to train on his planet.
But my point is, when they wish him back, and him and Master Roshi died, actually. They were keeping in those, like, Volna chambers in Dragon Ball. Regardless. He's just like, oh, what? I feel like it was just what happened. Like, they thought it was in that moment. But there's a straight-up afterlife in Dragon Ball Z.
Why did they die?
Good Piccolo's men, Tambourine killed Krillin, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And remember, there was that moment where, if you've seen Dragon Ball Z, and then go back to Dragon Ball Second, there's that moment where Goku's going after Tambourine, and his hair is like, oh, you killed Krillin, and it's like going up, and you're like, is he like a fucking Super Saiyan? And it's just interesting
I do
that
remember that, yeah.
that at least was,
I love how both times it's Krillin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
I do find it interesting that Super Saiyan 2 exists because Toriyama is notorious for not taking notes, and he forgot, like,
The entire prophecy and whatnot.
no, he just forgot of one of the forms exists. So he was like, I'll just make bigger hair.
What are you talking about?
Maybe it was Super Saiyan
so we
3.
did that a third time?
Yeah, I think you're confused.
I don't remember which
Because
one.
Super Saiyan
I
2
don't-
just kind of added electricity.
Yeah.
His hair gets fuller
Yeah.
for
A
whatever
little bit.
reason.
Goku,
More
like,
highlights.
I think the only time Goku goes Super Saiyan 2 is when he's doing that. And here's what it's like! In the Buu saga. Because he's Super Saiyan 2 for like 5 seconds.
I think he fought Vegeta at Super Saiyan 2.
How about you go fuck yourself?
I
Okay.
love
Majin
Boo.
Vegeta.
Boo is my favorite villain.
Why?
I was a pudgy kid.
Yeah.
Was.
He was a pudgy villain
Also a kid villain.
and a kid villain.
Kid Buu.
Kid Buu.
Kid Buu wasn't pudgy. Very lean.
He's not. No.
As was Oob. Very lean and brown.
Yeah. Is Oob canon yet? Or has Oob always been canon?
I mean,
he's still canon. Yeah.
Oob appeared in the end
Was
of
he in
Dragon Ball
Super?
Z era.
No, but it specified that Super happened between Oob and like the Oob tournament and the Kid Buu saga, or the Buu saga rather.
Oh.
Yeah. The end of Z era.
So it doesn't technically make GT not canon.
No,
There's no
hang
way
on.
GT
No,
can be
no,
canon
that's
at
not
this
right.
I'm just saying it doesn't technically not make.
Because
I thought they're going back and remaking GT.
well, they're
Isn't
doing
that-
something. Akira Toriyama's making like that trailer looked pretty cool. To be honest,
Yeah.
I love Dragon Ball, so super biased. But the animation alone looked beautiful to me. It looked way better than the animation for Super. In fact, there was a lot of scenes in Super that just looked shitty. Because you can just tell. God, anime fans are eating well recently.
Yeah.
Guys.
What DBZ movie came out recently?
Oh, the Gohan
Piccolo
movie.
one.
Dragon
Super
Ball
movie.
Superhero
That's what it
Right.
was.
Oh god.
Beast Mode Gohan.
And an orange Piccolo.
He
Just
got big.
orange Piccolo.
He got real big.
he got real big,
Dude,
but like
there were some good jokes.
he got
Yeah.
real big, and he's like, "I'm actually not that strong. I just do this to scare
This is
people."
a
Yeah.
misconception.
Oh man,
Who do you think's stronger now, Beast Mode Gohan or Ultra Instinct Goku?
Beast Mode Gohan looks fucking retarded.
His
Beast
hair's
Mode-
too big. It's too
It looks
big.
like the parody from Team Codename Kids Next Door
Mhm.
Yeah.
when his hair's just getting bigger and bigger.
Then he falls over.
Yeah.
Goku's Ultra Instinct music fucking slaps though.
Okay.
Like I'm just like I couldn't tell you the music that was playing when Gohan went into his beast mode,
No clue.
but when Goku goes into his Ultra Instinct, you just hear that. Bwam, 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 bwam. I'm like I don't know what's happening, but my nipples are fucking hard.
When you said the music for when he goes
Some sort of
Ultra
glandular
Instinct,
issue.
for some reason in my head the Kirby theme just started playing, and I thought that'd be great. Just Goku doing the Beyonce dance. That is like 5 layers of meme right there.
If we can get I really do like the Dragon Ball universe. If we could get a just condensed JJK-esque Jujutsu Kaisen for those who aren't initiated.
I wasn't, thank you.
Jujutsu
I still don't really know what it means.
I don't
Jujutsu
know, like an
Kaisen-esque, like condensed, dense Dragon Ball season. Just 16 to 20 episodes of really fucking tight animation. Goku going Super Saiyan, doing all this
Goku.
shit. Goku.
Isn't that what Kai was supposed to be? It was supposed to be like a remaster, and
Yeah.
it cut out all the filler. And
All it did was cut out, like, the filler, right? It was still fucking 80 episodes. I want, like... I don't know.
A fifth of that?
I was talking about this before, like with something like One Piece. I like a lot of anime, guys, so I have no life.
Fuck One Piece.
I would genuinely enjoy One Piece if it were, like... I hesitate to say 1/10. If it were 1/20th the size, 50 episodes of just him becoming the Pirate King.
hey, I might have something to recommend you then.
Oh,
There is a live action One Piece
I
on
watched
Netflix.
it was great.
Yeah?
I really unironically enjoyed the hell out of it. It wasn't even cringy, mostly, when they yelled out their special moves. And the casting is so fucking good. The casting for Luffy, he's just as annoying as he needs to be. And Nami is just Nami. They just took an anime and made her a real person. And her tits are nowhere near as huge, which is great.
Well, for
For you, maybe.
for season 1, she was...
Yeah, she was still a human-looking person.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even then, her tits were fucking big.
They
They got way bigger.
after a break. She comes back after like the year break or however long they did, and she is a cartoon like Jessica Rabbit-esque.
Well, they did the same thing with
What episode
Robin.
does
Yeah.
this start?
I don't know.
Oh, that's like episode 500-ish.
All I remember is when they come back, they go to this mermaid island, and that's when I stopped watching it.
Right.
Because it was so fucking boring. Everybody's so sad. Everybody's crying all the time. Look at these mermaids. Why is this mermaid giant? How about you just shore up the fucking world building? How about you explain to me why some people are just huge, but they're not giants? Giants are this other thing, right? Some people are just big, though.
How big were the...
Also, some fucking people, real fucking big, John. They were real fucking huge. Some people are just animal people. The whole time I was watching the show, because it never fucking explained this in the show. Maybe in the manga it did.
Oh, like the little deer guy.
There's a reason Chopper is...
He was a deer that ate the human fruit, right? So he is a magical being. Other times, there are just animal people.
Like all those fish people on that one island.
Sometimes they're just fish people. I can wrap my head around...
That doesn't make any sense.
Those are the
descendants... People, how are they on an island?
Right.
Shouldn't they be in the water?
These are the people part of the fish people part.
And, like, there's that one character, he dies... real soon.
Ace?
No, he was called... I don't remember his name, but he's just a man with wool on top of his head and sheep horns. And I'm like, oh, so I guess he just ate a lame devil fruit? His devil fruit was a sheep fruit or something? No, he's just that way. There are a bunch of people who are just that way. And it's not all sheep.
These are probably descendants of animals that ate the human fruit.
I'm gonna be honest, I gave up after 10 episodes.
I really, in real life, Scott enjoyed the first part. It was very Looney Tunes. It was very wacky. Anything could happen. There was a clown that could chop himself up into bits, and it was funny. It was actually funny in the way that Looney Tunes is funny to me, where it's just wacky shit happening, and he's all stretchy and it's silly. But then it starts taking itself real seriously, and everybody's crying, and I just don't give a fuck. There are episodes that it works, like the skeleton episode. I don't remember his name, but there's a skeleton who is
like Harvey or something.
No clue what his name is.
Bonnie?
That doesn't sound right at all.
I know who you're talking about.
He's the last surviving member of his crew because he ate the undead fruit or whatever.
Yeah, and
you just see that scene of all of everybody around him starving and drowning, or starving to death. And it's so good, genuinely good, where he's the bard of the crew, and him and all of his friends are playing the song, and as the montage is going, less and less instruments are in the song, until it's just him singing a cappella.
Damn.
And it's really well done.
That sounds really good.
That is good.
Remember when they had a farewell episode to that one Sunline ship?
No.
Nope.
I don't. Oh, where they shoot it like a rocket or something?
Well, it's there's the whole episode is how it was a member of the crew right before they upgrade to a bigger ship.
Oh, that's right.
And it got its whole episode where it somehow fended off the bad guy on its own.
I don't remember this at all.
It was the dumbest thing.
Wow.
It was so stupid.
I feel like with One Piece, you can just make shit up that even slightly fits it, and nobody has seen enough to be able to call you out on it.
And there's this other project that the guy made. I don't know his name.
Oda.
What's his last name? Is that his last name?
That is.
That's his whole name.
Oda. Well, he made this show called Ranking of Kings or something like that. King's Ranking, something like that. And that was just fun. It was just really cool. And it was what I'm talking about. It was just a condensed 12 episode thing.
12
episode thing of just this cute little king guy. And he's super overpowered because everybody underestimates him. He has no strength, but he has the highest dexterity in the world or some shit. In D&D terms. And it's just, that was fine. But it had those same issues with the world building where he's just alright, there are just people like this. Moving on. There are just people like this. Moving on. And if he just wants there to be a person like that, then there's just a person like that. And now it just exists as its own little thing. And the story's over here. And this person never got explained. And probably never will. And, it's very...
It's like you got a ball of yarn with 37 different ends coming out of it, and the more you unwind, the more of them just come out.
There's a guy.
But you never end up finding where they came from.
I think One Piece helped reaffirm for me that I like endings.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
Breaking Bad ended.
And I think I stopped listening to you guys. I just started going off on my own train, and I realized I think Halo 3 was where I was like, things should have an ending, even if it's like
Slightly open-ended.
yeah, even if it's open ended for you. Because I remember when I was a kid, Final Fantasy X went in, and I'm like, restart. I'm
Yeah.
playing some more. And I would just like my headcanon was they would eventually start dreaming again and would just restart the cycle. That was my headcanon.
Yeah,
And,
why
that's
wouldn't
kinda
that
cute.
happen?
That's kind of cute.
I don't remember.
Explain it in lore. We could make it a lore video.
Doesn't
You should
9/11 lore.
wait.
Oh, God.
We should name the episode that.
And the thumbnail is Chris. No, hang on. No.
I wanna
Davis with a co-hanger.
No.
I want to see Davis with a coat hanger looming over the Twin Towers.
But the Twin Towers looks like a
Like a
woman in
low
stirrups.
woman. Yeah, hell yeah. And it's Dick Cheney's face, actually. It's Dick Cheney with... Oh, that's an idea, actually. Dick Cheney giving an abortion to the Twin Towers.
Holy shit. Chris, I believe in you. You're going to do great.
You know what?
I want it on my desk
It's
by
probably
Monday.
not even an original idea.
Thing is, though, me tracing his face normally, we get some evil, awful monstrosity. I bet I can improve his face.
It
Chris.
would just look more attractive.
Chris, I say this with complete sincerity. Do not, I repeat, do not make that thumbnail.
Why not, Cody?
We'll talk about it after.
Is there something you know?
I prefer our channel to
He
be
works for the
monetized.
government. He works for the
I
government.
do not.
remember?
How many times do I have to say I don't work for the government?
Contract.
I work
Hey,
for
hey,
a private defense contractor
close
that
to the
works for the
microphone.
government.
I don't think the microphone picked it up every other time you said it.
I work.
Anyway, Halo, huh?
No, but seriously, like, I think Halo was where I was like, I like having endings. And like Halo 3, even though that was the first Halo game I played, I was like, this kind of feels like a complete story. Like, the hero didn't get that perfect ending. He's just floating off into space. But they were like, hey, we're going to shut you down, and then hopefully something happens. And you just leave it at that.
He got to spend the rest of his days with his cool blue boo.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's
he
a
Of
very
course you
good
got the
ending.
boob job.
He
Yeah,
was-
good point.
Who's a blue boo?
Cortana.
Oh.
Cortana.
Did she have bigger breasts or something?
in
Later on,
episode
yeah.
4.
In episode 4?
Yeah. Oh, she was really getting enhanced.
Well, I mean, she could just, like, hey, you know what? I want bigger tits.
Dude, in episode 5, I
And
think she got an
dog.
ass
Moves a
job.
slider.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Episode 5, I'm like, dog, that's pretty cuppable.
It's weird that... It's weird to me that she
real
has...
then at that stage. That was the weirdest part for that.
Wait, huh?
It's,
Yeah, Cortana. It's
Cortana's the little hologram.
correct.
Yeah.
Through the
And
first
she's
4
real
games.
now?
No, she's dead now.
In the 5th game, she became real.
She died twice.
She was a
It's
real
fucking
person?
weird.
No.
It's weird.
Yeah, it was. It's. We don't have
Well,
time for
she
Halo
was
lore.
she was real
She-
to begin with
She
because
touched
she's
him in episode 4.
She's
Really?
she's made out of a clone of Dr. Halsey's brain as an AI. It's fucked.
No, we've been through this episode.
Remember,
this
this
is the shit that Kyle gets
Yeah,
all.
This has nothing to do with 9/11.
Yeah,
We're missing the
We'll
subject.
get there. Hold on.
You guys don't want the fucking Kyle fiction for Halo.
You know what
It's
else has
bonkers.
nothing to do with 9/11? Scott Pilgrim.
I can make an
Oh
argument.
no.
You're done with that?
You just gotta stop. Scott Pilgrim.
The animated series that they just came out with is really good. And anyone who hasn't watched it, I don't want to spoil it, because it
How new is it?
Pretty new.
I've only started seeing it in the last few days.
because I'll say this part, right? Because it's in the first episode, right? Things are going on, and it's pretty much just the movie, right? It's just the movie going on, but it's animated. They got everybody to come back, to redo
Even
the things.
Captain America.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna
everyone's
go
like
watch that right now.
doing their characters, and then it gets to the Matthew Patel fight. He's the first Evil X.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
thank you.
people that
For me.
who haven't watched both the movie and the animated series in the last 2 weeks, and don't remember their names. But something happens and Patel wins, and then the rest of the series it's the aftermath of Scott dying.
He died in the movie, though. He had a
So,
one-up.
He didn't have a one up. And then-
so how the hell is this Scott Pilgrim versus the world if he's not even the main character after episode 1?
Oh, let me tell you.
Don't.
My favorite character becomes the main character.
Ramona Flowers?
Ramona.
So it's Ramona Flowers versus the world?
Ramona
No, it's not even called Versus the World. It's Scott Pilgrim
versus Ramona
Wait,
Flowers.
why is it Scott Pilgrim?
because that's the name of the comic and everything.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris.
You're wrong.
Actually, I'm correcting you because you're wrong.
Right, okay, cool.
Because you said it followed the movie very closely, but now you're saying that it takes a completely different direction.
Okay, so the first episode follows the movie incredibly closely until the Matthew Patel fight.
Oh, maybe
And that's
you did
like
say that.
the turn. And then the whole rest of the series deals with
But
the
that
aftermath.
was the first fight you said.
That is the first fight.
You said
They're-
everybody came back to reprise their roles.
they-
And I said Captain America, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, he's in there.
He's
Captain
there
America's
before
in
the
there.
first
Dude.
fight.
He's always going to be in there, dude.
No,
You
but
kidding
all
me?
the evil
Fuck.
X's make appearances.
He's a doll.
The thing is, what I'm saying is that you
Who do you
need
think
to
would
watch
win in a
it.
fight
It's
between
really
Scott
good.
Pilgrim and Wolverine?
Well, Scott Pilgrim can die,
Right.
so at the
Wolverine- but-
worst case scenario, it's just a battle of attrition.
Wolverine
You're okay.
cannot die.
I mean, Old Man Logan proves that wrong.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah,
which...
because he's fighting a genetically engineered clone of himself, which Scott Pilgrim is not.
There's literally a scene in Ultimatum, it's so dog shit, I talked about this before, where Wolverine is a skeleton stabbing Mangetto. How is he moving? It's Mangetto. How is he moving? A. How is he moving? He's a skeleton.
I never understood how he could grow back the
Well-
metal parts.
No, that's
He
what
can't.
I'm saying is
He can.
he's a skeleton. Is he the adamantine skeleton?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
What do you... Wait, hang on. Why are you two agreeing that he can grow back the metal
Yeah,
parts?
me and Kyle energy.
Somehow it fused with his bones in such a way
No,
that his body
no,
recognizes
no.
it.
But this is not how the- this is not ever canon.
wrong,
Never
wrong.
canon.
I've seen X-Men Origins Wolverine.
What about him?
That's
he
a
gets his
different
claws
canon.
sliced off, and when it comes back, it's
X-Men-
bone.
No, that's
No,
that's
no.
not Origins.
That's not in War Origins.
Which one was
It
That was in the Wolverine.
In Wolverine, the guy Silver Samurai cuts his claws off, and then he has bone claws.
that? Okay, well that.
But that's a different canon.
So- So where's your proof?
The comics.
Show me the proof.
Comics aren't real.
Racist.
All the proof that I am willing to entertain is the movies.
If
That's
Huge
because
Jacked Man doesn't have metal claws that they get cut off, then that's
Look.
the way it is.
The reason Cody doesn't want to hear this about the comic books and continuity like this is because you cannot read a comic at 2 times speed.
Yeah, I disagree.
I
can read as
disagree.
fast as I want.
This man claims that he read House of Leaves in a day. You're almost a year later.
No!
Yes.
Shut up! It's been 6 months.
It's still a
That
long
doesn't
time.
help your
Yes.
case.
At least we expect that kind of thing from John. He hasn't been trying his hardest to finish fucking
Way of
Way
Kings.
of Kings.
You complimented me early, and that felt good. I
Honestly,
appreciated that compliment.
usually I'm a real piece of shit about that and sarcastic, but I saw that you were like a sixth of the way through the book. I'm like, damn.
you
He's
said
making
that?
an effort. He's enjoying it.
I was authentic in that moment.
Most of the time when I hear those, I'm like, you motherfucker. But like at that moment, I was like, yeah, I am. I'm a sixth of the way through that book, motherfucker.
This
Hell yeah.
thought just occurred to me again because we were talking about Brandon Sanderson in the podcast you weren't there for, the one that came out today. That
Is
we
it an
were,
audiobook?
Brandon
Yeah.
Sanderson
oh yeah,
is
it's
a
super
fun
expensive.
name to say.
Super expensive.
I've got it for free.
Brandon Sanders.
Anyway, another benefit to having this 2-week gap between us recording and it coming out is I've forgotten everything that we talked about. He sure was controversial
It
this
takes you-
episode.
It takes you 2 weeks to do that?
What did you
No, it takes me a few hours.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
What did you guys talk about on the podcast that I
Bruh.
didn't attend and will not watch?
world building.
Oh.
It was honestly really
What are
fun.
we? Oh, yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
They're right.
I really enjoyed that episode. Kyle, you were there.
I was. Kind of.
Good job, Kyle.
It's the kind of thing that I didn't know I could talk about as much as I did.
It is a great topic.
Yeah.
Like, it's surprising. Most of the topics in that niche are actually really easy to talk about.
I like
All kinds
it
of different
when my
reasons.
friends bring corners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've been
Yeah.
doing a great job just riffing.
I wish I could learn guitar.
Then you could do a good
I feel
job.
like that
just
is
riffing.
more a
I
lack of means, as in you don't have a guitar.
If I could
ability.
afford a guitar, I could hit some strings.
What kind of channel funds do we have?
Also, I recently learned electric guitars are literally electric guitars. You can shock yourself. With
Yeah.
an electric guitar.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Didn't know it.
I think I have
They
an
need a lot of
acoustic at
power.
home. I can bring it to you.
Huh?
I think I have an acoustic at home. I think I can bring it to you.
No thanks, dude.
my banking app is down for maintenance.
Convenient.
It's about
This number.
I want to learn Japanese
Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
and I want to learn sign language.
I'll give
I
you
do
this
know a
guy.
little bit of that.
What?
Yo,
What-
dog, you throwing up gig sides?
No, that's explained.
Look, I can say thank you.
Has anybody done an all sign language podcast?
Oh
first.
my
I
god.
mean, if you
God.
do video, yeah, I would.
No.
Oh
no.
no!
What is-
What are you,
is-
crazy?
What
Well-
is ha 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 in sign language?
Usually you laugh.
No, this is
Yeah, they can still talk.
Yeah, they can.
Then what the fuck is the point of an all sign language podcast?
If you've
Like,
if
it's
you've
just-
never actually
Imagine that. Stark silence.
if you've never interacted with the deaf
More of it.
community, they do in fact speak quite a lot.
Oh, I was about to just do the most messed up thing.
We can't afford it. Or maybe we should just condense it all into this podcast. Get it out of our systems.
you get stark silence and
there was this video of these it's this older couple and they're both deaf and they're arguing at like a Walmart and they're
Guys.
both signing and the guy starts signing and the lady slaps his hands and starts signing at him.
I'm just gonna say
shut
this.
up, stop talking.
I think we can say whatever we want because they're not going to be listening to it.
That is the conceit.
So
all the conspiracy theorists fucking clocked out at like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I call them a
After-
fucking retard.
so okay, if this is gonna be the episode to just say whatever.
I don't
my
think we
God.
should. Hold on a second. Hold on. You don't talk some hardcore shit. I don't know. I thought you'll come for that.
I don't think we need unhinged.
I don't care that you broke your elbow.
Red Baron Pizza.
Oh no, the
Okay.
podcast.
Red
It's
Baron
great.
Pizza is an American pizza company named after a different country's war hero that shot down Americans.
Which country is that?
Germany.
Interesting.
They've had it too good for too long. I'm taking them down now. Germany.
Red Baron or Germany?
Yes.
I think it's named after Snoopy.
No. Well, then Transdentially.
Transnationally. Transcendentally, the Red
After
Baron is
a-
named after Snoopy. If we ignore time.
We are
So-
falling apart.
Ooh, maybe this is why we do need corners. Corners
Chris.
provide structure.
Chris, just
So-
fly us home.
so
just fly us home.
I told my manager this.
Like the Red Baron.
And then we started
Yes.
coming up with other brands for other enemies to the United States.
Oh,
Ayatollah.
okay.
So I was like, thinking of several of them and then coming up with like a little like, slogan for them.
This is going to be so funny.
The buildup is immense.
Well, I don't want to say them. I was,
Okay,
Are you
if it's too
fucking
bad,
kidding me?
if it's too bad, we'll bleep it. Hit me.
so the one I come up with was a Hamas hummus. It's the best hummus between the river and the sea.
Okay. Whew.
something.
That's topical, at least.
Yeah.
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 You know what we're talking about, John?
Fuck no.
There's,
What are you talking about?
Hummus is a very popular Middle Eastern Mediterranean food made out of chickpeas.
there's Bin Laden cereal bars. They're the bomb.
No.
It's weak. It's
No,
weak.
that one doesn't work.
He denied involvement until like 2005.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though he said he was gonna do it right
Well,
up
that's the
until
thing.
2001.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
He has a Animal Crossing save file on his hard
What?
drive. You can go. I'm dead
can
fucking
trust that
serious.
man.
The FBI has his hard drive contents up right now. You can just go look at him. He has an Animal Crossing.
There's
save
also
file.
That is-
a weirdly disturbing picture. I can't. It was like a guy dressed as Sonic grilling in like a trailer park.
Yeah.
It's some weird shit.
Nonsense.
It looks like something Chris Chan would make.
Mm-hmm.
Topical. Chris Chan, all charges dropped.
It's like he didn't do it.
She.
I apologize. We're trying to live up to that ideal progressive world that is New York City in
In
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 2.
We can try.
We can try.
You know that thing going on with Crit Roll? With Ashley Johnson?
What's happening?
Or like her husband or whatever?
Oh, yes, I heard of that.
What?
She lost that case.
So, she lost the dog? Is
I
that what
don't know
happened?
exactly what happened.
What do you
but
mean lost the case? I
So
don't
like
even
she filed like domestic violence.
Oh, she wanted
And a restraining order.
restraining, and she didn't get it.
She didn't get that, and then had to pay him like $40,000.
What the fuck?
Damn.
What did she do?
I guess that was like how much a lawyer cost him. She had to pay like
Lawyer fees.
Court costs?
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit. I'm obviously I only know one little bit of the story for if you're interested. She was I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Who gives a fuck? I'm not gonna.
You're talking about it because he brought it
Well,
up.
I'm not gonna spread because I don't know what the whole story is. From what I understand, her ex-husband, or maybe they were about to get married or something, was being weird and borderline violent with her, and she's like, get the fuck out of my house, and wanted a restraining order. So that's the only thing I know. And he was like being weirdly weird on social media, like saying weird shit that sort of kind of alluded to him killing her.
Oh.
But it was like framed.
Don't like that.
It was framed as like a reference. Like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of, "Oh, she needs the Natalie Wood treatment," that kind of thing.
Oh, just got finished watching Double Jeopardy starring Ashley Judd and Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay.
That's the plot is that. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I was gonna say I didn't know much of what was going on with that. I just knew that's what.
Also,
The only Double
Absolutely.
Jeopardy I enjoy is one hosted by Alex Trebek.
oh,
Topical.
can we talk about how ridiculous the premise of Double Jeopardy is?
Alex, no.
Ashley Judd gets charged for murdering her husband, which she did not do. She goes to prison, serves her prison sentence, gets out, realizes that her husband faked his own death and framed her for killing him, and then she's like, well, I've already been charged for the
Exactly.
crime.
There you go.
Double Jeopardy, Fifth Amendment.
I'm not sure how well that would hold up in an
That's
actual
interesting.
court.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I am.
Oh.
Oh, did you get that on the
Why
Ohio
are you
internet
doing
too?
this gig?
He's been watching Legal.
I only do pro bono work.
Oh.
What about boats?
Okay.
Pro bono.
Same with
You're pro
I
bono?
only-
He only
get-
works with
you
Sonny
didn't get
Bono.
paid for marrying those people, right?
Easy job.
Yeah, light
Easy
work
job.
recently.
Since you're an ordained minister, did you get paid for marrying those people?
I have been paid. Yeah.
Okay,
Usually
that
I
wasn't
find
pro
it kind-
bono.
What?
What?
I'm so confused and tired and scared.
Would you officiate my wedding pro bono?
You're never gonna
Yeah, I
hear
guess.
Married?
Do I need to get you a gift? What if
No.
that's the gift?
That is
That's
the
the
gift.
gift.
That's
Okay,
the gift.
then
Wait,
yeah.
do I have
That's
to
not
give you a
really pro-
gift?
Of course.
Is that pro bono?
Do I have to go?
What the fuck is pro bono?
No, for
Free.
free.
No.
It's Latin for
No, that's a quid pro quo.
No, pro bono is when you get payment in sex.
Yeah.
Oh,
Quid pro quo isn't free. It's
I got
it's
pro bono
something.
once.
It's literally something for something.
This
Oh.
for that.
ah.
So in not having to provide material means to your wedding, he will instead officiate.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going.
That'll be good.
I'm not getting you shit.
You're not going to my wedding?
I mean,
No,
you're gonna
I
get
don't. I don't believe in weddings.
In 20 years?
You went to Andy's.
Mhm.
If John pulls up, you're getting in the car.
Pro bono.
We'll play Rocket League or something.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, dude! It's 8 p.m. The wedding was at 2.
I text him. It's fine.
He'll wait for us. And then cut to Chris. What are they? I'm sorry, everybody. Like just
I'm
standing
only
at the
gonna wait
altar.
another 30 minutes for him to get.
If I stay on this broken glass any longer,
You're like-
I'm gonna bleed out.
You're like, you know what? Fuck this. Cody, you're my best man now.
You're having a
And he's
Jewish
like,
wedding.
Mazel tov.
The delivery. Oh my god! Wow! I was just. I feel nothing.
In the next 20 years, I'm gonna make some life decisions.
Yeah.
You're gonna convert to Judaism.
Some
and
are
you
gonna be
know
more
that you're gonna
painful
do
than
this
others.
in the future in the next 20 years.
Well, right now I've started going to a Catholic church, so the next step is just Judaism.
I mean,
The more I think about it, the less legitimate Jesus seems.
I mean, of all the teams to pick.
Yeah.
If you get to
wanna
pick
talk about
one,
legitimacy.
They're the chosen.
If you're gonna pick one, go with fucking Thor. Thor promised that he would rid the world of ice giants. Are there fucking ice giants?
I've met a few.
I don't know how much socioeconomic and
Have you seen a
political
polar
pull
bear?
Thor has anymore.
They're massive.
I'd vote for him. If
Thor?
Thor were around.
Does he look like Chris Hemsworth?
Hold on a second.
No.
No, he looks like Thor from
God of War Ragnarok.
Do you think if an immortal,
I'd vote for that, Thor.
if an immortal
I do
being
lots of things.
were to run for office as a
No,
president,
Yeah.
like that's it, 2 terms, and they just get to live for the rest of their life knowing that they either were as good or not as good as the rest of these presidents?
Yeah.
They also get a security detail for the rest of their lives.
No, they changed that.
That's a good gig.
Who changed it?
Like they were talking about. I forget.
No. Let me live in this fantasy. That is a great gig. To be the security guard for an immortal person? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
That's-
But no, I think it only lasts for 50 years now.
They pulled Carter's
only-
security
He's
detail.
like a poor
I think so.
90-year-old man.
Also, real quick,
Give us
Like,
your
imagine
information,
people
old man.
Just
Give
waiting
us
for
your
that moment.
information.
Like, hey, nobody can protect you now, old man. Who are you?
No, he just pulls out a
Margaret.
hammer and a nail because he just got done working in a house. Is like, I don't need protection, boy.
Bill Clinton.
there's
Every single one is Bill Clinton.
there is a very small but non-zero chance Jimmy Carter could get the Democratic nomination and serve his second term.
I mean, if Joe can do it.
He is better than Joe.
Have you seen old or young Joe? I say old Joe, as in Joe from a long time ago. He's a handsome man.
You'll have to take your word for it.
He's a handsome man. He reminds me of Mr. Rogers a little bit. Who I'd fuck.
Okay, that's not where I
Now
thought you'd
we're-
go with
Well,
it.
that is a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Back then. Not now. I'm not a necrophilia, heck.
Right.
Mr. Rogers is a corpse.
We're not. Yeah.
I think, I might be adjusting my opinion on
Necrophilia?
on full riff podcasts now. I really think maybe we need to reevaluate that one. Who would like to park this one in the driveway?
Bye,
Hey,
everybody.
can we talk about my humble brag about having a PS5 now?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Good for you.
Thanks.
Did you get that on Black Friday?
My sister did, yeah.
Damn.
Congrats.
Good for you.
You only yell at her.
Chris, fly us into the 40th floor.
No! You can't do this! You can't! It wasn't even the 40th! It wasn't! Oh my god! Oh! Jet fuel streaming down the stairways.
See, you have to laugh because if not, I'll cry.
We're never making any
more money
on YouTube.
Don't monetize this episode.
Yeah, just save him the trouble.
Unlisted
Oh.
I can't edit this. There's going to be way
You
too
were
much
so
to cut
far
out.
away from the mic. Goodbye, everybody.